this happening? Is it true that this is a ploy to cut the influence of...
You asking me that question?
Yes.
No, please don't use that kind of language. Please, do not insult me.
Okay, I'm not insulting you.
Is your government owing contractors the way to...
How would I know? You send me to go and work in Abuja. I'm a senator in Abuja. I'm not a member of this thing.
Has it achieved what it was meant to achieve, sir?
No, I'm not in position. I'm not in position to say that.
You know, but you had members on the
part is not...
You are representatives on
The question you're asking me.
It is Frank Talk, quality talk, taking it from all angles, policy and politics, played out by our politicians and policy makers.
Join me, Femi Olanipekun, your host on Frank Talk, 9 to 10 a.m. every weekday on Rave 91.7 FM, where we have frank discussions and give you quality talk. Always.
Let's turn it up.
Relax and unwind because we're going live. 91.7 Wave FM.
Well, it's a lovely Friday morning. Thank you so much for sticking with us right here on your amazing radio, Rave 91.7 FM. We'll define every bit of your moment, bringing you lovely musicals and blending it with quality talk. My name is Femi Olanipekun. Welcome to Frank Talk. Frank Talk is where we look at issues and the polity, bringing them closer to you and helping you to have a better understanding and have a deeper insight into the issues that we look at right here. Well, on Frank Talk, we look at the policies and we look at the politics, looking at some of the other dynamics as it affects our existence as a people and also as a nation. Well, it has become something of an annual ritual. Someone called it also an annual festival that, well, will not just pass the Nigerian people. Is this recurring issue of fuel scarcity. Thankfully for us here in Osun State, it's not something really to worry about us. But then I noticed some queues at the NNPC yesterday evening around Lameko area. But then in Lagos and Abuja, the fuel scarcity is biting harder, you know, leading to the federal government, the Federal Executive Council, giving marching orders to the Minister of State for Petroleum Resources and the GMD of the NNPC to find a lasting solution to it. Nigerians are wondering, why is this happening? Why does this keep reoccurring towards a Yuletide, towards our festive period, especially the December period? Well, some explanations have been offered, government and some officials of government saying, well, it's due to a panic buy by Nigerians, and some are also saying, well, there is nothing. The NNPC has been trying to reassure and saying that, well, these they have supply enough to last to the end of January 2018. But Nigerians are worried, and rightfully worried also, all over the country. But it seems that the two major cities affected are Lagos and Abuja at the moment. But then you never know when some of these things will get down to your doorstep. I'm joined live on the line now by the chairman of VIPMAN of the Western Zone, Alhaji Debo Hamid. Thank you so much for joining us on Frank Talk this morning, Alhaji.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm fine. How about you too? Thank you so much for joining us on Frank Talk. Well, tell me, what do you think is responsible for this latest fuel scarcity in Nigeria? It seems Abuja and Lagos are badly hit.
Well, there's nothing responsible more than the one, inadequate supply. Two, then the price. The price issue at the private depot. The private depot is supposed to sell to marketers at about 133 or 28. But they are not selling at that price. They are selling at about 140, 142.
From 133?
Yeah, from 133.20 to marketers, independent marketers, who's supposed to sell to the public at 145. But they are not selling at that price. They are selling at about 142, 141. Marketers now refuse to go and buy because you can't make anything out of that. You can't buy products at 142 with some other expenses and sell at 145 to the public. It's not possible. So a lot of them close shops and they refuse to buy. That has been the major issue.
So, I wonder, this seems to be something of an annual ritual. We keep having it when it's close to Christmas, when it's close to the New Year festivities. Why is it like that? Why is the Nigerian state unable to actually, get a hang of those issues so that we can have a smooth sale? Must we have a full scarcity at least once a year?
It's supposed not to be so. You see, most of the times, the government has to be blamed for some things because independent marketers have been able to alert them of these things coming up. Since at times it go up, it comes down. They have to make it a point to these private depots. Look, you can't sell beyond this. We are importing these products and we are giving you at a certain price. You say, look, don't sell beyond this. But why are you selling beyond this? The authority has to control. Everybody has the notion that around December there will be scarcity. So when it's coming to around December and this issue started lingering, you discover that the demand, the anxiety, and a lot of things crops up. And if there is any disconnection in the system, it becomes glaring. A lot of people are panicking. They continue buying. They continue telling you the price is up, the price is down. So it's only the marketer, the depot owner, that the government has to control so that we don't have this type of thing again. Because most of the few depots of the government that are working, they are not enough to go round. The depot has not been working, or the depot has over 5 years. Lagos is on and off in the depot. It's on and off. So definitely, it's only the private depots that marketers depend on. And government gives them at a price that they have to sell and make profit. But they continue abusing that price. And the government authorities, those who are supposed to control them, are not there. So when the thing lingers on and it comes to mid-December, it becomes obvious that everybody is panicking.
Well, is it a fault of the depot owners also? Maybe they are forced to do some of these things, maybe by market forces also. Have you considered that?
Look, there are no market forces. The regulated regime price. You have no option. The only thing you can do is not to sell. The government said, look, we are giving you at this price. They know what price they are giving. You can get your margin out of it. So why do you not decide to increase the price on your own? And the authorities are not controlling it. If there is anything, you have to settle with the government. The government said, independent marketers, look, take at this price. Don't sell beyond this. All your expenses, everything is being considered. We are taking at 133.20. We are selling at 145 naira. Every other thing inclusive. We can't go beyond 145. The DPR will come and close our station. Now, the same thing they are doing to the private depots. All right, sell at this price, take at this price, sell. All everything is inclusive. Why did they go beyond that? Authorities are there. We have the DPR, we have the PPMC. Are they not being under control? In fact, they are the cause of this immediate problem we are having.
So, you think the PR and some of the other government agencies are feeling in their responsibility to call these depot owners to order?
Well, we've been talking to them for quite some time. Well, it is not now. The thing started gradually. Around October, we alerted. Around November, we did. Even in around November, we did. But you see, the price will go up, it will come down. It will go up, it will come down. When you shout, it will go up, it will come down. But you really say that we can't do without that calling. We have to shout out. Not that they are not doing their job. I don't know what is wrong with them. They have to settle their problem with the private depot. They are telling us we should give them names of the private depot that are selling at above price. But at every depot there is a DPR staff. Don't they know what is going on there? These private depots are very cunning. They will tell you pay the right price this way, pay another price this way. You know, so you pay two prices. You pay two prices at a different location for one product. In fact, it depends on how the authorities and the private depots will do their job. They have to do their job.
Well, Alaji, give me an idea of how the depot structure is in Nigeria. How many depots do we have, owned by government? How many depots do we have owned by private individuals? And which ones are more effective?
Well, really, I can give you specifically, the Nigerian NNPC has about 22 depots across the country.
22? And how many of these are working?
I can't say precisely how many are working now, but in the southwest, where I'm really controlling, we have 5 depots of the government. We have Ore, we have Ibadan, we have Ilorin, we have Lagos and Sagamu, Mosimi. Mosimi is working. Ibadan is working. Lagos is on and off. Lagos, they don't have storage. They have problem with the tank. For over a year plus now, the tank has not been able to put into use. Well, a contractor is there working without any result. The lorry is not working for the past 3 years, or it's over 6 years. Nothing. But in fairness, the GMD, the new GMD is a very good worker. In fact, he's been able to put back Mosimi. Mosimi was closed down. But when this man came up, Bill Bowie, in fact, he tried. He put up Ibadan. Ibadan is the biggest in Southwest. The storage capacity is very, very large. And it takes care of all this offshore area and all sorts of things. The man has been able to put them on the ground, and the 2 depots are working. He is now at Ilorin to start working. The GMB is a fantastic person, because for long we've been having problems. So these depots, 3 depots that are working. 1 is partially, 2 is working fully. But the products that are coming out of that place is not enough to go around the whole Southwest. So we have to depend on the private depots in Lagos. Private depots is about 56 only in Lagos.
56?
56 depots only in Lagos. Private depots. 56 in Lagos.
So, they supply the bulk.
No, not all of them are working.
Okay.
They are not importing. Because they have problem with the money, with a lot of things, banks and a lot of things like that. But the government imports PMS that comes to this country. You will now, for easy distribution, they will give it to all these depots to distribute for them. And they will give them a price that they have to distribute these products. Like the government depots do. It's the same price they are giving them. All their expenses and everything has been covered within that price. You can even make a profit out of it. But to their own imagination, I don't know what is wrong. one way or the other, the private depots will try to ask some little money. They are not importing. Nobody is importing PMS except the regulated one of diesel. Diesel is, everybody can import diesel if you want to import. You can sell at any price if the market is ready to buy. But for PMS, it's being regulated by the government.
It's only government. But I thought before now, during the administration of President Goodluck Jonathan, it wasn't only government bringing in petrol. Is that correct?
It was not only government. That was why the subsidy issue became a problem. Because the subsidy became a scandal. And this government is, in fact, this government is doing fine because they have been able to cut off the subsidy. They are importing at the right price. It's only the private depots that are trying to disorganize the government because they import less subsidy and everything, and they are getting it correct. The products are coming in, but because some of these their depots are not working because of vandalization of pipelines and a lot of ruptures on the line, they now give it to the private depots in some area. Look, please help us do it. We pay you this for taking a liter for us to give to the public. The government has tried. The government has done a very good job, a very good system. But the private depots and the control is the problem. The private depot and those who will control them is the problem. The government brings in a lot of products. They distribute it. Look, take this. I will give you this because you have been able to store my product for me. They pay them throughput. They pay them everything. You can make your profit out of it.
So the depot owners have no excuse whatsoever to increase the price because it's government that brings it in.
No excuse. They have no excuse whatsoever.
But
except they just want to disorganize the government, or they are Shylock who want to make much more than what is necessary.
But some people have also accused some of your members. I mean, Ipman and other private people in filling stations of actually ordering these commodity these products because it's Yuletide. I mean, the Minister of Population Resources said that Nigeria has fuel that will last it up to the end of January 2018. And the depot owners, some of them are also saying is some of your members who are actually ordering this product.
My good brother, nobody will buy, will keep money under the ground. What are you keeping it for? It's very risky. It's very risky. You may not even have the initial money you use to buy. If you try to hoard it, what are you hoarding it for? The price is not easy. It's not easy to buy a truck now. It's over 5 million. You just keep your 5 million because if you buy it at the correct price, you don't need to hoard. The profit margin is enough to take you around. It's enough. In any business, it's not the turnover that makes you make more money. When you have product and you say you want to hold it because you are expecting scarcity. When do you expect scarcity? How many people are in Nigeria now? How many people are even buying products much? The sales have gone down. The demand for the public has gone down. Except when there is a distortion like this, that you discover that a lot of people will be saying this and saying that. Nobody will carry his own money or her own money, keep it under the ground, where there can be fire, where there can be explosion, where there can be evaporation. The product go off. By the time you sell it now, you can't get your money again. So why do you keep it? That is a lie. It's not. Our people are not keeping products. They don't keep. You buy, you sell. What is the reason of doing a business? It is only when there are problems, people find excuses to hang on a lot of people. My president, Basi, has a sunrise strategy. He said everything. Our people cannot hold. What are they holding for? When you don't have product, when the system is not good. For quite some time now, I will be hearing of scarcity. Last year, I don't think there was scarcity because the system was wrong. Anytime the system want to have a discussion, we cry out. They will listen to us. But for some time now, we've been crying since October. We've been having a series of meetings with all these authorities. No, These things we are going to, December is this, so people will tell you this is going to happen. Please do something about it. Do something about it. Do something about it. Now it has come to the climber. How can somebody sell for you at 143 and at 143 expect you to sell at 142? Where you have transportation expenses, you have some other charges around the corner. How do you make money? So our people decide that look, we are getting this interest money from the bank. Interest is much. We are not going to do anything. Let us hold on because we come back. If the government cannot give us to us, that's why you experience all this.
I mean, so your members are not lifting petrol from those depot because of the surge in the price?
Because of the surge in price. We now depend only on government depots. And the government depot, if everybody goes there, how many depots? 5 depots. Only 2 is working fully. 1 is partial. So definitely, they can't meet up the demand.
But, I've noticed, just before now, the price even dropped to 143. In fact, some filling stations are even selling at 142. Now, it seems that everyone is selling at the maximum band of 145. Does this issue explain that increase also? If some of your members are still getting from government depot, do they need to increase it to 145?
Well, the maximum price is 145.
Yes.
That is where you can have your margin. When there is a distortion in the system, every other thing too tend to go up. Every other thing that is related to the supply and distribution tend to go up. That is not government problem. Like between 133 and 145, there are a lot of costs, and there is a margin for you. All these costs at times they will rise up. Immediately they rise up. You can't go beyond that 145. Those that were selling at 143, they have the economic of scale normal, like Bogas. He has depot, he has the transport, he has everything. So he can really work on the value chain of supply and make some little, so he can sell at 143. But like individual who are just single marketers, they will buy from the depot at this price. The transportation is there. Let me give you an example. From Ilorin to this place, the transportation is 7 naira. Ilorin to Lagos. So if you buy at 133, you put 7 naira there. That is about 140. Then some little dollar cost, at least you make a margin. But from Ilorin to this place, you buy at 142 there, plus 7 naira transportation. How much is that? It's gone. Everything is gone. It's lost. So people just hold their hands. But with what has happened, I think the government have been doing something. They have clamped on them, and I'm sure the price is going down now. And I think the trees are reducing in Lagos.
Well, are you sure? Can you assure Nigerians, especially people of this area where you control, that Christmas will go off fine without this scarcity? That Christmas and the New Year will be celebrated without fuel scarcity?
By the grace of God, by the workings that the government has put in place now, I think the fear should be off people's minds. The fuel, the petrol will be on. In fact, Lagos, the prices are going down, and I'm sure in Abuja too, the prices are going down, because the government have put a lot of things in places, and the people are coming out. I think they are hammering on these private depots, and they have done a lot of things too. Now they have, the vision is going to cut across. In Lagos now, you can even come to Ibadan and take toilet and go back, So they are really working fast to make sure that this Christmas there is no fuel scarcity. And I assure Nigerians that there won't be any scarcity within this Christmas.
Alhaji, you control the Southwest. It's critical to some extent. Tell me the kind of information you have now. You just said that it's reducing in Lagos. We hope that it also reduces in Abuja. But in other parts of the Southwest, what report have you heard? I personally noticed around the NNPC mega station here in Oshogbo. Maybe it was panic buying, really. But what kind of reports are you getting, Alhaji, from other areas that you control?
Definitely, the report I'm getting is that fuel is being taken out to some of these stations. People are loading. They are loading Lagos now. And all these trucks are now going to all these areas where they will ameliorate the scarcity issue now. So, in all these areas, before Monday or Tuesday, I mean, enough fuel going around. There will be enough fuel going around. Definitely, you can't rule out. You know, when there's scarcity, there is always panic buying, and a lot of people go and queue. Let me buy. In those days, before this time, people don't buy much. You go to a station and buy 2,000. When your friend finish, you go to another station and you buy 2,000. You go. But now people are trying to save their time because they don't know when this issue will go down. But I assure Nigerians, by the grace of God, all these things will go on, and there won't be any problem. Wherever you are seeing of scarcity now is because of the lingering anxiety and panic buying and a lot of things like that.
Well, just before I let you go, Alhaji Dec.8, but tell me, you know, it's a sad situation that a country that produces oil gets to witness some of these things over and over again. In fact, that a country like Nigeria is importing petrol to feed its people. How would you recommend? What should we do in the long term to ensure that maybe in 2-3 years' time we don't have to import fuel again for our people?
Well, the present government is really trying, especially the new GMD of energy. Especially speaking, they are working, and by the time all this what they are doing comes out, Nigeria will stop importing. The refineries are working. We have Port Harcourt is working. Kaduna is working. Warri is working now. And by the time all these refineries are working and the lines are being taken care of, the problem we have in this country is the people. It's not the government. The government is trying to put a lot of things in place. But when you discover that vandals, when you go and vandalize the pipeline, vandals, you go and vandalize an electric line, I mean, what are we Nigerians doing to protect our own property? They are not doing anything. They only want to destroy. Everybody is looking for money. The government is trying. All these depots, if the pipelines are free and there is no vandalization, I don't need to come to Lagos to come and loot. I don't need to go to Port Harcourt to go and loot. I will stay in Ilorin and I will loot. I will stay in Ore, I will loot. I will stay in Mosini, I will loot. Everywhere there will be fuel. But government has put everything in place. People are there, day in, day out, trying to destroy this thing. Government has a lot of security, Nigeria, everything, but of all that, these people, they will still go after it. But by the grace of God, with the present situation of things that the new GMD is doing, in fact, he's a workaholic and he's doing a lot. For the first time in Nigerian history, the GMD has to come to Ibadan to recommission that depot. It's fantastic. Because the depot has been idle for almost 2 years without nothing. Everybody goes to Lagos. So with the things they are putting in place, with all these depots trying to resuscitate them, Nigeria, in fact, we will stop importing products in the next few years. We'll stop.
All right. Well, thank you so much for speaking with us this morning. Alhaji Dec.8 is the chairman of IPMAN for the Southwest Zone here. We appreciate you talking to us on Frank Talk this morning, Alhaji.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right. Alhaji joined us live on the line from Lagos. We'll be joined shortly live on the line by the NNPC spokesman, Mr. Ndu Ugamadu. Thank you so much for joining us right here on Frank Talks, Mr. Gumadu.
Thank you very much.
Well, it's been something of an annual ritual, really. And Nigerians are saying, why do we have to go through this almost year in, year out? What really is responsible for this fuel scarcity?
Well, it's not an annual ritual. if you recall, for the first time in the history of this country, last festive season, there was a free flow of products in all nooks and crannies of the country. It was corrected last year. Unfortunately, the trend continued until a few weeks ago when the independent marketers issued a threat in a press release saying that they were having issues with tank owners, otherwise known as DAPMA members, that they were selling ex-depot prices, products to them at exorbitant prices. In other words, they were going to strike, and they went forward to advise Nigerians to start stockpiling products. As a result of this, there was panic buying all over the country, and this resulted in the shortage and scarcity we're experiencing now, which is being corrected anyway.
Well, you know, I just spoke with an official, a very senior official of IPMAN, and he said that they've raised these concerns since October, but they know they were not particularly happy with the way government and government agencies handled it. That if it had been tackled then headlong in October, we wouldn't have, you know, had this issue now.
Of course, you all know that the IPMAN members have two major sources. Supply of their products. In fact, three major sources. They could import products into the country, they could buy from DAPMA members from their various depots, and they could buy from the NNPC depots. And we have continued to sell products to IPMAN members at the NNPC officially approved prices. If they were having issues with relevant agencies and companies, I believe that the PR and the PPRA have been on top of it, and this will come to an end soon.
Well, you know, the Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Dr. Olanipekun, said that there is short supply. You know, Mr. Gomado, when do you think we are going to be self-sufficient in this regard?
Well, as the federal government said, in a matter of months, we will be self-sufficient in products. You recall that the Dangote refinery is coming up. By the time it is fully established and it comes into operation, it will be complemented with what NNPC is producing, and the country will be self-sufficient in petroleum products.
Well, at the root of this scarcity is lifting of the crude from the depot. It's like it's the private depot owners that you know, are responsible for this distortion. But government has about 22 depots of its own scattered all over the country. Right here in the southwest, about 5 depots. But then we have just 2 working. What is the NNPC and the government as a whole doing to ensure that, for instance, all of the 5 depots in the southwest here are up and working effectively?
No, you are not very correct. You recall that the present administration has refurbished many of the depots. A few months ago, the Group Managing Director of NNPC, Dr. Mekanti Baru, recommissioned the Kano depot that was down for almost 2 years. And 2 months ago, he was in Ibadan, Oyo State capital, accompanied by the governor of Oyo State, to recommission the Ibadan depot. He only did the same with the Atlas Corp. And in a matter of weeks, he will also be restreaming the Lorry depot, Enugu depot, and Aba depot. So many of these depots are coming back on stream.
All right. Well, you know, and on the issue of the refineries, what's happening to the Kaduna, Port Harcourt, and Warri refineries?
The 2 refineries are on now.
Well, which of them? Port Harcourt and Warri, or Kaduna?
Kaduna is on. Port Harcourt is on. Warri had a power issue and is currently down, but it will be up in a matter of weeks.
Well, you know, Kaduna and Port Harcourt, are they working at full capacity or at maybe some levels?
Very encouraging capacities they are working on.
But, you know, this scarcity, just before I let you go, Mr. Gomado, when will it abate? Can you give Nigerians an assurance that this Yuletide, the Christmas, will pass off without any incident? I mean, that this scarcity won't go on into the Christmas?
The current shortage we're having in a matter of days will be up. And we are assuring Nigerians that this festive period, as we experienced last year, December, January, Salah periods, as well as so forth, there will be free flow products. And we also urging the major marketers and the independent marketers to also assist the government and the Nigerian Petroleum Corporation in bringing in products to supplement implement what the NNPC is doing and what also NNPC is producing locally.
All right. Well, thank you very much for speaking with us this morning, Mr. Undu Ugamadu, the spokesman of the NNPC. We appreciate you joining us live on the line this morning on Frank Talk on Rave 91.7 FM, sir.
It's my pleasure.
Thank you. All right. Well, Mr. Ugamadu joining us live on the line from Abuja. There is the spokesman of the NNPC. We'll be giving you the opportunity to weigh in on the matter, but you've heard assurances really from the marketers themselves and also from government, the spokesman of the NNPC. But then let's take a listen to what Dr. Ibe Kachuku, the Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, also had to say about this particular issue. Also, was trying to reassure and give explanations as to why we had this issue at this time. Let's take a listen.
The one who is importing a product currently. Most of the people who were expected in private sector to import product were not able to bring in products. And some of them have pushed back on the days they're able to bring products into January. And so you have an NPC rapidly trying to fill up the product requirement at 100% capacity basis. Now, luckily, there was enough Songo storage, which they're releasing right now. They're also taking emergency steps to try and fill whatever gap that they see in the December period. Post January, not so much of an issue because most of the deliveries expected should be coming in. I understand, in fact, for December, we're looking at about four cargoes coming over the next few days, but cumulatively close to about 20 to 30 cargoes. So it's a timing issue. Timing because some of the process from the private sector didn't come in, but they're making every effort to try and quicken the process of delivery of the ones that they're expecting. And then in the interim, they're resorting to what is in storage, and then luckily also the refinery in Kaduna is midstream, so that is beginning to produce right now. So that should also help the product situation. Additionally, Port Harcourt is also streaming. It is expected that about the 12th to 14th, Port Harcourt will be able to get into production. Once they do that, there's about 2.1 million liters of production per day, and that should sufficiently provide a very big boost. So that's also been fastened. The head of refineries here, he's also chasing up on that. Now, what are we expecting to see over the next 1 week? The indications that I get from reports that I get from NNPC is that quite frankly, over the next couple of days, you should see a sliding down of any of those sort of queues. It's already beginning to happen in Lagos. We expect that over the weekend to happen also in Abuja.
All right. Well, the Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Dr. Ibe Kachuku, also weighing in on efforts to solve the fuel scarcity. Thankfully, it's not something big for us here in Osun State, in Oshogbo, in Ilesha, in Ife, and maybe just some panic buying. But then we now have a better understanding of why we have the scarcity in the first place. It's a distortion that both the NNPC here, as we spoke to the spokesman of the NNPC and also the IPMAN chairman in the Western Zone, saying it's a distortion that originated from the private depot owners, and he said that they have no justification for adding a kobo or adding a naira to the depot price. They said they were lifting, the product from them at 133 naira 20 kobo, but then all in an instance, it just increased it to like 140 naira, and said that is not particularly good for their own business. They've been raising this alarm since October, and the NPC man also talked about the fact that they are talking to them and they're making efforts to resolve that, and they're assuring that this will not happen up to Christmas. And the feelers are getting from Lagos and Abuja and Port Harcourt and Benue, the worst hit areas, that things are thawing, that things are actually getting better, and the queues are reducing. So to panic, no need to panic buy fuel. Everything seems to be under control as we speak now. But then we open the phone lines for you to join us on the program this morning. We've spoken to the chairman of IPMAN, that's Independent Petroleum Marketers, Alhaji Debo Ahmed joining us from Lagos is the chairman of the Western Zone of IPMAN. We also spoke to Mr. Undu Ungumadu, the General Manager Public Affairs Division of the NNPC, the spokesman of the NNPC, and as well, we did speak. We played you an excerpt of Minister of State for Operational Resources, Dr. Ibe Kachuku, on what government is also doing to address that particular issue. Open the phone line so you right now.
You can now join the conversation by calling 0806 867 6165. 0806 867 6165 and 0905 648 7177. You can equally make use of our social media platforms. For WhatsApp, 0703-175-9173, 0703-175-9173. Tweet at us at Rave917FM, and Facebook is Rave917FM. Do remember to turn down the volume on your radio set or move away from it. And please, let's keep our comments civil. Thank you.
We'll begin to pick the calls now. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, very good morning to you.
What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Mr. Sunday from Oshogbo.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sunday.
Yeah, what is wrong with Nigeria is that most times we are always economical with the truth. This is a coordinated attack on the festive, most especially the Christmas. It's not only in petroleum. I want you to watch out. On the 24th of this month, or 25th and 26th, you will see what will go on by the NEPA. So all these things, I will say that it's not a government, but those marketers, they are taking the Christmas festive season, so that people will be worried. So that is the coordinated attack.
All right, thank you, Mr. Sunday. Well, let's check messages. You can also make use of these other phone lines: 0902 427 3808, 0902 427 3808, and 0806 867 6165, 0806 867 6165, as well as 0905 648 7177, 0905 648 7177, and drop your messages for us on WhatsApp 0703 175 9173. Let's check some messages on WhatsApp before it. Okay, let's take this call. Hello, good morning. Okay, that drop. You can call back. Mr. Victor from Oshogbo is sincerely speaking, the issue of these fuel scarcity is giving us serious problem in the country. Government should please endeavor to find possible solution to this, because we are now in the festive period. Thank you. Hello, good morning. Hello. Hello, good morning. Okay, that dropped. You can call back. And these also, the leaders. Let's take this call before we take the message. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Chris from Oshogbo.
I want you to tone down the volume of the radio set, please.
It's switched off already.
All right, thank you. What's your name?
My name is Chris from Oshogbo.
Chris from Oshogbo, thank you for joining us.
Yes, I just want to appreciate Rave 91.7 FM for their performances, excellent performances. If all radio stations are functioning like this, things might have changed for the best before now. Now concerning the fuel scarcity,
it is an artificial one. If we put everything to consideration, we can easily see that it is towards Christmas, New Year that it used to go rough. And I don't know why. May the Lord help our federal government to see to all these problems that are emanating during Christmas and New Year. God bless you.
Thank you very much. And Prince Dec.8 Jotobatele from Ilan writes on WhatsApp, our leaders building refineries in other parts of Africa should be advised to invest in Nigeria and make this nation great. We're fed up with excuses from NNPC every year. All hands must be on deck for the economic emancipation of Nigeria. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Family, you are Shegu Marshall. That's my name, from Obago.
Thank you, Mr. Marshall.
Yeah. It's unfortunate. I don't see this government doing enough to alleviate the suffering of the masses. It's becoming too rampant and it's becoming too much. We don't fight for all these excuses. Good morning.
All right, thank you. Let's see. You can also make use of our social media pages, Twitter and Facebook, also to drop your messages for us this morning and contribute, and also make use of the other phone lines also. But then, okay, hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I'm Tupac calling from Mugulu area.
Your name again, please?
Tupac calling from Mugulu area.
Okay, thank you for joining us.
Hello?
I'm with you, go ahead.
Hello, sir.
I'm with you, go ahead. Oh, please do call back, Mr. Tupac. We should stress really that things seems to have improved, especially we're lucky here in Osun State that it's not getting to us. We just noticed some keys here and there, but then it's Lagos, Abuja that were host here. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
What's the name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Kayode. I'm calling from Odiolowo in Osogbo.
Thank you, Mr. Kayode.
I want to say kudos to Rave FM once again.
Thank you.
And at the same time, I want the masses to pray for this government. And again, our fuel marketers in Osogbo, they should not add to our suffering. I want to believe that most of them have fuel in their storage tanks. They just decided to hold it. They should please and start selling fuel to the masses. Thank you. God bless Nigeria.
Thank you very much. All right, let's check. Okay, I was going to say that well, this is not something that really is like before. We did not have much scarcity last year. I doubt that was what NNPC man was also saying, that things have improved over the years, and this, like someone also says, an artificial scarcity. But then just look at how we can ensure that we don't have it again. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, we want to pray for this.
What's your name? Where are you calling from, please?
Yeah, Family, you are saying is my name. Again.
Okay.
We want to pray for this country, but we cannot pray with them so much. Good morning.
All right. Thank you. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Thank you for joining us.
This is Ogini Olani calling from Osogbo.
Thank you, Mr. Ogini.
If you look at the analysis of the Southwest chairman of Hickman, who discovered that people are trying to inflict this pain on the masses. It's not the fault of the government. Government have already tried their best to put things in place, but people are just so wicked that they just want to inflict pains on our people. I pray God will help us in this country and let the love of God reign in our hearts. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ogini. Another call coming through. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, hello, good morning.
What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, well, I'm Ajay. I'm calling from Lagos. Yeah, there are kids here and there in Lagos, but notwithstanding, I think I need to talk to our people. You see, our people themselves should enforce the law. The government cannot do everything. This is the only country I know that if they say today what is supposed to be sold for 145 naira is being sold for 200, people will still be happy to buy instead of resisting that. I said, listen, the government says 145. I'm going to leave this. I'm going to pay 145. Period. If all of us this, we have a better nation. That would best way. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jais. Apparently listening online from Lagos. Okay, well, let's see some other messages. That AME Michael is saying, thank God for you people. This has been a perennial problem. Government should do something before it escalates. Hello, good morning. Hello. Good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, she's calling from
Okay, let's have a contribution.
I think the problem is that because in 2015 there was scarcity, and what the NFP said is they are talking about the marketer. You understand? Because 2015 December, I bought fuel 230, 220 when I was coming back from Abuja to Ushuku. So I think the government needs to do something about it, like what the man in Lagos just said now, that we should resist of buying anything above 145. So if anybody is not buying, then they will have to sell. They can't keep it. This thing is a spirit. If they keep 10,000 liters, I'm also into oil and gas. If they keep 10,000 liters before you go back there after 3-4 days, this thing would have dried off. So let us leave them. If they have not ready to sell for 145, we should not buy.
Thank you. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, Mr. Sunday calling back.
Thank you, Mr. Sunday.
Yeah, I want to beg the government, just as what Goodluck administration did the other time, that let everybody have the right to buy this well and to sell. Let it not be limited for a particular group of people, because this is what is causing problem. I know the government has not been there, but government is aware of those people that are issuing license to operate. So all this is a conducted attack, as I said before.
Thank you. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. I have a birthday shout out.
Well, this is the wrong channel for that shout out. You join Giddy later in the afternoon for Brave Lounge to do your shout outs. This message is on Twitter. Dr. Rodwell at Rudia_session is saying, fuel scarcity is one of the distraction strategies government is using to distract the people. That's from Dr. Rodwell. Thank you very much for that message. Let's see if we can take one more call or one more message before we say our byes on the program today. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, sorry, hello, good morning. This is, Ajayi calling back from Lagos.
Thank you,
please, I want to say something very quickly.
Yeah.
Yes, I want to advise the government on its own. You should stop destroying all these mini refineries in the South. What they need to do is to get these guys together, retrain them, and then use our own local technology, so that at the end of the day, you can have pocket refineries legalized, run by the government, through these people. I think importation will be reduced. I think our people are becoming too greedy, and the government should do something about this. Let them contact people, manufacturing fuel or whatever, producing fuel for us. So at the end of the day, we will stop importation gradually. And people like Dec.8 also, should be appreciated. Because by the time it goes on stream now, things will also be okay. Thank you, Rave.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ajayi, for joining us from Lagos online. Well, thank you. Okay, my precise saying we can sneak in one more call. Hello, good morning.
Very good morning to you, sir.
What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Stephen from Ugolo.
Stephen from Ugolo. I'd like for you to speak up a bit.
Hello?
Okay, I can hear you better now, Stephen.
Okay. You see, let's start by saying that quite well, on easy lies the head that wears the crown. That is the truth of the matter. But to wear the crown simply means I have accepted the responsibility. That is, I'm talking about the federal government of this country. On the 1st January 2012, Jonathan administration greeted us with the removal of subsidy. There was almost a revolution in this country because of that situation. And what he promised is that there will not be at any point in time any scarcity or any rumor of scarcity. Because of that, he wants to reduce subsidy. Well, revolution almost take place in this country. But now, the same thing happened when this administration, he removed the total distance, inflicting so much pain on the people. But at the end of the day, we bear it. Why is government not on top of his game at this time? He's still here, not tax force. Where you have removed the subsidy and we are bearing the pain, there should be tax force all over the place. You have given whatever is here, and we are also giving it, and we are bearing the pain. The government is supposed to do everything to make sure that we don't cry of a fee again, we don't do this. It means that the Jonathan administration that wanted to remove is almost better than what they are saying now, because they have removed. Where is the money for sourcing? All the refineries are down, producing less than optimal at all times. For over 2.5 years, nothing has been done. The next thing is NEPA is also there. We complain about all these things and we are complaining about food. By January now, we'll talk about NEPA. Why is government not on top of this thing? The government should rise to our responsibility. That is the truth. There's no excuse. You don't need to use a nice language.
Thank you very much. All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Stephen. And that's the last call on the program this one. We sincerely appreciate you for being a part of our world right here on Frank Talk on Rave 91.7 FM all through this week, and particularly for today's edition of the program. We spoke earlier on to the chairman of IPMAN for the Western Zone, Alhaji Debo Hamid, and also we spoke to the NNPC spokesman, Mr. Ndun Gumadu, joining us live on the line from Abuja. Well, thank you very much for being a part of our world. We ask you to enjoy your weekend, and we say Merry Christmas in advance on behalf of the team and the executive producer, Femi Adefila. My name is Femi Olanipekun. I'm asking you to have a super weekend. Bye-bye.
Imagine the sun without heat. Imagine water without wetness. Imagine the sky without the stars. Imagine movement without motion. Imagine Oshobo without Aro. Imagine Inyo without Eforiro. Imagine Ocean without rain. Just imagine. Rave 91.7 FM would define every moment.
Bonanza at Art Deco Interior and Furniture. Buy any of Art Deco products and get one free. At Art Deco Interior and Furniture, series of kind of doors, kitchen cabinet, wardrobe, upholstery, home and office furniture, flowers, frames, bed and bedding, interior design and decoration. You will find it all at Art Deco. Visit all our showrooms in